Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mary D Talk Show. For those of you that have never been here before, my name is Mary D Welch, and I'm the host of the Mary D Talk Show. I am very proud of the Mary D Talk Show. We've been on for over 2 years now, believe it or not. And if I share with the audience, I don't always tell you guys, but the truth is, I was scared to death when I hit the go live button on here. I really was, but the saying of you feel the fear and do it anyway, that's what I did. I felt the fear and I did it anyway. So I like to welcome you to the Mary D Talk Show. And I would like to thank first the executive producer of the show, which is Oliver Welch, my husband. Hi, babe. He is the one behind the scenes. Everybody, I've heard people say, I've heard about this Oliver. Only time they saw him, I think, was on Facebook or something. They saw me do a post, but Oliver's right there. He's watching. So I just want to make sure I tell him hi before we get going with the show. I like to thank you, our live viewers. I like to thank you, our replay viewers. I want to thank each and every one of you because you have shown your support by the show by doing a couple of things. Some of you tell your friends or your family or your coworkers, you tell them about the show. That's number one. And they go to YouTube and they like and subscribe. I want to thank you for that because I could go in there to YouTube. They're only going to give me one. That's the only one. They're going to give me one like and one subscribe. So it's up to you. If you like the speakers and you like the show, because we broadcast when we were in Panama, broadcasted in New York, broadcasted wherever we go. We're gonna broadcast no matter what. That's what I love about this. You can broadcast anywhere. But I like to thank you, our sponsors. Our sponsors for today's show. Our sponsor has been here probably the longest of all sponsors is the Idea Club with Dumas Martin Jr. as the president. If you are looking to get an LLC, a 50, which is an LLC, a limited liability corporation, a 501c3. If you're looking to have a C corp or S corp, then Dumas Martin Jr. is who you want to contact with the Idea Club, and you'll see it scrolling on the bottom, I believe. Also, I'd like to thank our sponsor, First Book Academy. First Book Academy has been, and that's been with the show since the beginning, of course. First Book Academy, Front Page Publishing, always been there too. Those two entities. We have the Henderson Real Estate Team.info, Henderson Real Estate Team. It's a husband and wife team. I'm so proud of this husband and wife team. They do such outstanding work. So if you're looking to sell your home or you're looking to purchase a home, you want to contact the Henderson Real Estate Team because they'll definitely be there to give you a hand with that. I'd like to also share with you before we bring on our special guest today. I like to share with us each and every one. Many of you get the text messages. If you're not receiving a text message, if you go to marydwelch.com and put your information in, you can get a text and an email. Those of you that are receiving them, you're getting an email. You should be getting an email like a couple of days before, but I meant to send one out this morning. I didn't get a chance to, so my apologies because I did the survey was it last week, and people said they wanted both. So that because you know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, we're busy. We're all busy, so we need those reminders. That's what it is. So I'm gonna have to really get in the mode, set it up so you can get the emails twice, about 5 days before and the day of the show. The text messages go out like the day of the show. I've learned that about you. Taught me that, audience. The day of is the best time to send those text messages. Do not send text messages 2 or 3 days in advance. Because you know what? You've gone on something else. You don't have time for that. But the day of, you tend to like those. So I really have been very conscientious about sending the day of. Also, something new. I'm very proud of this book. I mean, you get to see that this is a prototype. So when I write, I always have to see what it's going to look like and correct any errors on paper. So that's what you're seeing right here. This is the cover of what the new book is going to look like. It's called Bradley Can't Find His Pants. I don't know if you guys can see that just right in the light here. Let me pull. There we go. Bradley Can't Find His Pants is the name of this book. This book is named after our son, Bradley. He is, those of you that have been following me, you heard Peyton the pink whale with the yellow tail. That's the oldest son, Peyton. That's named for him. Then the other book is Justin Lost a Tooth. Oh, did it. You know what? I can show those of you familiar with the books. They're right here. These books are named after our children. So this one, there, these two. Here's Justin Lost a Tooth. Pull it back. I think you can see it better than if I have it right up on the lights. And then this is Peyton the Pink Whale, the Yellow Tail. And they're all, if you go to Mary D. Welch on Amazon, those books are there. Now, this one is not there yet. Let me say that to you too. This is the newest one. It is not loaded yet. I'm still working with the illustrator, all these. This is the part you guys don't see behind the scenes. So this is still going on. It hasn't gone anywhere. So just so you know, but it's still important. It's one of those things. You're checking for commas. You're checking for, is there an exclamation mark? Yeah, I mean, all of these things go into the behind the scenes of the book. And I say that because I think when you see the finished product, it looks like, oh, she just wrote the book and that was the end of that. No, I wish I could say that was the end of that. It usually takes anywhere from, it depends, but it can take as long as a year, depending on the book. I can tell you for a fact, Peyton took over a year. Peyton took about 18 months. Justin Lost a Tooth, not that long, maybe about half that time. But Bradley's, I've been working on for 2 years. So it just tells you. I do have other children, and the goal is to have their names on every child, have their, with a character, have their name, every child and grandchild. Which that's a lofty goal, but it can definitely happen. I think it's one of those, I just take it one book at a time. Okay, now I want to get into who we have with us today, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a phenomenal lady with us. When I tell you phenomenal, this lady, I've known her, oh my God, I don't even know how long I've known Kathy. It's been a while. I mean, we've known each other, I think, and there's not only known each other, we have a mutual admiration for each other because when I met Kathy, for those of you familiar with, when I used years ago, I did, it was called First Fridays. And that was networking for African Americans. And it went on for, believe it or not, about 15 years. I look back now and I think, I cannot believe it went on for 15 years, but it did. And at the same time, it was one of those where I've, even to this day, Kathy's a good example. I am still in touch with many of the people I met during First Fridays. But let me introduce you to this fabulous lady. Her name is Kathy Hayes. She is an entrepreneur. She is well known in the Inland Empire because she is the president and CEO of Hayes Entertainment and Events. I have actually, my husband and I both attended events that Kathy's had. Not only have we attended events with her, we have traveled with her. We went to Punta Cana with her about 4, maybe 5 years ago, Kathy, I think it is. But we were with the group. She went to Punta Cana. It was just a fabulous trip. And I have so much respect for her as an individual, as an entrepreneur. She is a mother of, I know she's a mother of twins. That's one thing I do remember. But I just remember this lady has been through the mill, but she has still come out. She's a survivor. She has come out. She has made her way. I said she has made her way through this life knowing that, you know what, there's nothing too hard for God to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I can introduce to you a friend of mine and someone I have so much respect for, Kathy Hayes. Kathy, are you there?
I'm here. Hey, Mary, how you doing?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you for being on the show today, Kathy.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't have missed it for nothing.
Oh, well, I can tell you, this has been one, I think we've been trying to get you here. I think it's been just our schedules, working it out. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, I think it's just been our schedules, trying to make it happen. Well, first, before I know that you're busy with all kinds of events. Why don't we let the audience know, how did you come into your entrepreneurial journey? How did you become an entrepreneur?
Oh, well, it starts way back after high school. You know, you go high school, leave there, go to college, and college brings you a lot of opportunities to do different things,
Right.
hang around with some friends. And, I worked at Disneyland and I was all excited about that back in the day. You know how you doing Disneyland, and I worked at a fast food place. And I just said, I want to do something. And I started doing different events and things. And then I started doing the reunions and just things right around my house, just doing little parties here and there.
Okay.
So anyway, got married and started doing little events out this way. I would drive back and forth to Los Angeles and just doing events and just blossoming and kept doing different things and trying different things. So now my niche is just, I have a nonprofit,
Mhm.
and with that nonprofit, I host several events during the year. I connected with my line dance family back in, I don't want to say 2009. So it's
Uh-huh.
been some years. And then I do a food tasting. I do a talent show for the kids. Just array of different things.
You do. That's for, I think it looks like to me about every other month that I can see, or sometimes more than, usually I think about once a month. It seems like to me you have an event.
Well,
Something that,
not that often, but I probably work it like it's once a month or once a week.
because and now isn't there a trip going to Jamaica? You have a trip going
Yeah,
to,
we're going the end of August. A rest for a minute, get away for a minute. It's our fourth time going there. And then we do, a little travel for groups. Like you and I, we went traveling together for a little bit with our
uh-huh.
husbands and families and things. And so, yeah, we're doing Jamaica. Uh, we did, but about 4 years ago, before the pandemic, we went to Punta Cana. You
Yeah.
went there with us,
Mhm.
and that was fabulous. We took about 70 people there with us.
It was huge, but it was so much fun. It
Yeah, it
was
was
so much fun. We
a
really
lot of
enjoyed
work.
it. Well, when you take a group, people don't realize when you're taking the group, you're working.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
there is no you're just gonna go and hang out. That's not how it works, because everybody comes to you for everything.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure. We have to stay extra 2 days just so we can relax afterwards. Ain't that something?
Yeah, I know that's how it goes though.
Yeah.
I know too. You're like your food tasting, and the line dancing. Isn't it? Is the line dancing coming up?
Yeah, we got one coming up August 11th through the 13th out at the Azure Hotel in Ontario. Sunday, we're going to be at the Ontario Convention Center like we were last year. It's going to be phenomenal. It's a tribute to Prince. So it's the Purple Rain Affair. So
Mhm.
we'll wear the purple and the black and the white, and we have some showcases. Some young ladies putting together some dances for us that day, and everything. Vendors. We have a buffet. We have a photo booth. Uh,
Wow.
good food and family and friends. That's it.
How do they?
Line dance. They're gonna dance for what
Uh-huh.
I add up to about 12 to 16 hours that weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. So those line dance lovers, they just come on out, get a ticket, and dance, dance, dance.
Now, where do they go to get a ticket?
They can come to my website, hayesevents.org. You can purchase tickets there. Along there is other events that we're doing. Um, we got some other things coming up, such as a soulful taste of the holidays. It's our 11th year doing that,
Oh,
and that would be November the 5th. It's a Sunday where you can come out and taste some good soul food for the holidays. If you want some caterers to cater your actual holiday meal,
uh-huh.
Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, that's the place to come taste. There's entertainment there. There's vendors. That's a nice event. I mean, it's our 11th year straight doing it, and it just gets bigger and better every year.
Wow. I'm putting it up now. So those of you, ladies and gentlemen, that would like to get in touch with Kathy or come to look at the events, go to hayesevents.org. And you can, when I tell you everything that Kathy does is first class.
Thank
Everything.
you.
It is. I'm a
We
witness.
try.
I'm a
We
witness.
try.
So I would encourage you to, if you're interested in doing something for the holidays, she always does something around Christmas. They always, like you said, is that the taste of souls around Christmas?
Yeah, it's
It is.
November 5th.
Okay.
It's right before Thanksgiving, enough time for you to order your holiday cakes and pies and turkey and all that good stuff. Those people that actually specialize in those foods will be there. You can taste some of their foods and say, hey, can you do my Thanksgiving meal? Or hey, can I get a cake or a pie today to take home or whatever? There's food there to taste more than what you can eat.
Wow. Wow. That's wonderful. I
Yeah.
know too. Hey, hold on. Let me see. I see before I go on, I saw a comment here. I think it was from Gwen. Gwen is hi Gwen. She says, hi, Mary and Kathy. Um,
Hey.
this is one of my cousins in the Bay Area, and I tell you, when I tell you, Gwen is that she's at most shows. She's definitely she is definitely supportive. So Gwen, I like to thank you for being here. Always, and I appreciate each and every one. If you have a comment or you have a question for Kathy or myself, you can leave it in the on YouTube. It has a section, or on Facebook it has a section. And if you leave the questions, I really try to get to them. I try not to ever ignore any questions or comments that the audience has. Sometimes I can't always get there, but I try to make a effort to to get to
Yeah.
the comments. That's for sure. So the date you said November the 5th is that event.
Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have going to Punta Cana is at the end of August, the 1st of September.
We're going to Jamaica.
Okay. Where did I say Punta Cana?
Yeah, we went to Punta Cana several years ago, you and I, but
I know. I think maybe that's
yeah,
on my mind. So we
yeah.
you
But you know what? I had someone ask me about going to Ghana, to West Africa, which I went about 12 years ago. I
okay.
did. I would love to take a group of people over there. Maybe take a year to get it together. Make pay arrangements or what have you. But
Right.
yeah, I was upgraded to a first class flight over to Ghana, 12-hour flight over the ocean. That
Yeah.
was phenomenal too. So yeah, if you're interested in booking even a group on your own, you want to go somewhere else, hit me up. I'll book a group for you guys and take you guys somewhere.
I think we both do that. I do the same. We are both travel agents, and the ladies and gentlemen, that's one of those fields because I love to travel, and I've been taking both of us. We both take groups out cruises. That's big too. If you have a
Yeah,
cruise, you're interested in taking a group, especially group cruises. I think
yeah,
I just specialize in group cruises because it seemed it. I start seeing more and more people with their friends or family. They want to go together when they go in when they're doing any type of events like that. And it's a vow renewal that's real popular too, both of those.
yeah.
But I like to thank I said I like to thank Kathy's. I like to just put a plug in for Kathy because I have gone on trips with her, so I can tell you if you do go, she does an excellent job, and
Thank
she
you.
really wants you to have her goal is that you have a good time. She's not worried about her having one. She wants to make sure you have one. That is, as they say, that is for sure. Elaine is saying, Elaine has a comment. She says, hello, Mary and Kathy. I will definitely share your website with my connections. We need to support one another. Thank you, Elaine.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Let me put anybody, I'm looking for the, because sometimes I forget to come back in here and double check. Well, I know, in addition to those three events you just mentioned, you said the what's happening at the convention center, which is in 2 weeks.
Yes.
The line dancing, and how much are tickets for that?
For the whole weekend is 165. It takes
Okay.
care of all 3 days. You get appetizers on Friday night. You get some snacks on Saturday, which will be our actual teaching of line dancing, and then the big gala will be on Sunday, and that's a full buffet, and that's a fantastic event.
Wow.
Yeah,
How nice. It sounds like it's going to be a one. So a
yeah,
lot
we
of
did. We did
people,
it last year. It was a red, white, and black gala, and they had a great time. They said, "Oh, let's do something again next year." So here we are next year with Purple Rain, a Purple
oh,
Rain affair.
that's nice. It
Yeah,
seems like it's going to be nice. I know I line dancing is something I just never got into. I tried to, I did it for a little while, but it's a culture. It's what I think it is because
yeah.
it's what I notice
Well,
people,
well, a lot of people get into it just for the exercise of it. Then
they
they
do.
enjoy dancing. I mean, it doesn't matter, if you got two left feet or whatever, because everybody's just in the same boat, learning at the same time, and just enjoying themselves.
That's true.
So
You're
yeah,
right. Because I've never been to one line dancing where everybody's just having a good time.
Yeah.
You're out there enjoying each other's company, and they do a lot of things together. The line dance,
Yeah.
they really do. So
And
those
if
of
anybody interested in getting into line dancing, they go, oh, well, where do I go? They can contact me, and I'll give them some places where they can go all over the place. Harriet is one of our co-hosts for the evening, and she has about 19 classes all over the Inland Empire. So
you,
you can go line dancing 2 or 3 times a week if you like.
yeah, oh yeah, she's been doing it for what, about 15, 20 years. It's been
Oh
a while.
yeah, she's been doing it for a long time, and she has a lot of classes.
It's for those of you that it's Harriet Stuckey. What's the name of the line dancing?
Well, her classes is called Heart and Soul.
Okay.
Heart and Soul, but they have others out there too.
Uh-huh.
Medium level, um, beginning level, those advanced dancers that turn around to a twist, whatever, all of that. They got
But
them out there if you want to do it. So yeah,
oh yeah, but I know that one they have a big event in Las Vegas every year. I
yeah,
I heard about that.
yeah. They used to have what was called Vegas Jam.
Oh,
Everybody would go, even the steppers, they would go. They have a little class over there too. So we
yeah,
all would go out there. But now, see, I'm trying to bring something to Inland Empire. You don't really got to go to Vegas. We can do it right here in the IE
that's
and
good.
just get yourself together, go to a couple classes, learn a couple dances, and then come out and enjoy yourself.
Well, I hope I'm gonna tell you. I'm listening to you. I unfortunately I don't even think we're gonna be in town. We've been this entire year we've been celebrating Oliver's birthday. It has
Oh,
been Oliver's year this year.
all
So
right now.
I know. So I'm not making any promises because it's just been one of those. We have a couple other commitments, but I'm just proud of, like you said, you put this together. It's like, why do we need to go to Vegas when we can stay right here
Yeah,
and make it, and do something and bring people here? It's
yeah.
you're helping the economy right here in the Inland Empire.
Right.
So
And then they come to California. Hey, they can go shoot up, go to the mountains, go to the beach, go to Disneyland. It's a lot of stuff to do here.
it is. It
And maybe
is.
not as hot, but I mean, it's gonna be hot, but not as hot as Vegas.
I know today it's like a
So,
little cooler, I think.
yeah,
It
it feels
seems like
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, I just looked outside. I haven't been out there yet. I usually don't go out until after the show.
Yeah,
I kind of, I don't even drive. I don't drive a car. It's like I don't do anything until after the show.
that's right.
I know, but I was on the line dancing. I would really encourage anyone if you're interested, get in touch with Kathy.
Yeah,
It's a lot of fun. It really is. And the classes, like she said, they're all over the Inland Empire. I'm speaking of the Inland Empire, but there's line dancing all over the country now. If
yeah,
you Because remember, we're talking to we can be talking to people anywhere in the world with when you're on when we're here on the show. So but you can contact her, and I'm sure she'll have a contact for you, depending on where you live, as to who you can get in contact with. Because people that do this, like anything else, they know other people that do it, and so they get real. It becomes its own community. So I would definitely encourage you to do that. I know, and I would encourage if you are not familiar with it and you're in the IE and you would like to come. I'm pretty sure that you still have tickets for the 11th and you said 11th through the 13th.
yeah. Just
Okay.
call me up. I had a couple people call me this morning that they can't make the whole thing, so they said, "Well, can we come on Sunday?" And I said, "Well, we weren't doing partial payments or partial, but because it's a couple weeks away, we are making ways for them to make pay arrangements to get in there. Hey,
Okay.
believe me, it is worth every penny. It is.
Oh, I'm sure. I
The
can't
convention
imagine.
center is no joke. Okay,
You said what now?
I said the convention center is no joke. You pay for what you get there for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's a beautiful room.
This is how they make their living, without a doubt. But it sounds like it's going to be just outstanding. It
Yeah,
really
it's gonna be
does.
good.
Good, good. Now. What else do you have on the calendar that you are working
Well, I
on?
have the food tasting. We talked about that coming up.
Right?
I am doing some travel for some other groups that's coming up.
Oh,
Let's see. I have a women's group. Remember my women's group, All About My Sister's Business. That's on Facebook. So if you're a woman entrepreneur, want to talk to other women that are in business, you
mm-hmm.
can go on Facebook to Being, Being, Being About My Sister's Business.
I've
That's a
seen it.
women's group.
Uh-huh. I think I'm a member.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
about little over 100 women there that are serious about business, get together with other women and
mhm.
sharing their thoughts and their business and how we can help each other and volunteer. Matter of fact, for August 11th through 13th, I'm looking for volunteers. Anybody that has some time that just want to come out and check out the event, I'll feed you. So come out.
Well, that's nice to know, Kathy. And you know what? You
Commercial.
always need, when you do events, you always need volunteers. You
Yeah.
always need. There is almost just trying to handle it you by paid staff. It gets it's almost impossible to do the event if you haven't paid staff. So
Yeah.
volunteers, contact Kathy. I put her website. I'll put it back up again for you on hazeevents.org. And we
Right.
have another comment. This is from, is this Doll? Hi, Doll. She said, great job, Kathy.
Doll, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. You better call me up. Doll, I talked about you with someone said, hey, I seen her at church, but I ain't talked to you in a minute, so you better give a girl a call.
Well,
Yeah,
Doll, you see, she's putting you on blast, Doll.
yeah.
Now and then we have a comment. This is from I say Inoko. I've probably been saying Inoko's name wrong all these years, but she's been so kind. She hasn't even said anything. And she said, greetings and love and wellness to all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
I
Yes.
thank you. And then what did Doll say? She said, okay. But she gonna talk to you again.
Don't
Maybe
call me while I'm on the phone right now. So,
okay, so you can't do it right now.
yeah.
That's what it is, yeah. But don't worry, Doll. She said you guys gonna talk soon. So, Doll, I hope you're gonna go to the line dancing.
She line dancer. She should come on over.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I thought she did. I thought she
Yeah,
does. Definitely does.
we
Because
miss her.
this is anybody who lines dance, right? It doesn't. It's you.
Anybody that line dance, you don't have to line dance to come to the event. You can learn. We're going to teach you on Saturday morning from 10 to 2. We have new guests that are coming out. They're going to teach you some dances that you can do on that Sunday or forever. You learn them and they stick with you forever. So,
Wow.
yeah, you don't have to be a line dancer to come out. We're going to make you a line dancer when you get there. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Uh huh.
see. Okay. Well, so ladies and gentlemen, those of you that if I know you have a availability on that weekend. That's, I mean, you don't want to miss it. I already know anything Kathy does is it's worthwhile. It's not
Thank
going to
you.
be something you're going to be, oh, I shouldn't have went to that. If anything, it's going to be something I can't wait till next year. And Dawn
Yeah.
has a comment. She said, no, I had a hip replacement
Oh,
weekend.
you're gonna
Oh,
be in Long Beach the whole weekend. Well,
um,
you ain't gonna be dancing, but you could have came out and take a look, have a seat, enjoy the line dancing that you can't do. But anyway, call me up anyway. We'll chat.
well, Dahl, I hope everything goes well with you with your surgery. A hip replacement. Everyone I've known that has had the hip replacement always said that was the best thing they ever did. So I'm hoping you have the same feeling that that's a good thing that you did that for sure. So now we're into we did four events. Kathy, did we talk about 4 events already or 3? For the,
What
the
did you say?
how many events did we already? We talked about the line dancing in 2 weeks. We
The
talked
line
about
dancing. We talked about the trip to Jamaica. We talked about the food
Jamaica,
tasting.
the food tasting,
Um, we talked about going up to travel to new ventures.
right?
So yeah,
All
there's
right.
about 4 events or so. There will
You
be
got
new events coming up soon. I do have a group that's going on a 4-day cruise in February of next year. It's a fundraiser. If you like to go there, invite anybody like to go can come out and go. Also, there's a group that's going to Carolina Cruise and lunch. I think that's going to be in September. So just you can call me up 909-437-3391 and you can go to the website and check out many of these events. We post them there. We just did a bus trip to see Tina Turner musical. About 52 of us took a bus. We had a great time. As a matter of fact, I see Mary there. She wasn't on my bus, but she was there. Yeah.
We did. We were outside the theater, and I'm like, and Kathy comes, and she goes, "What are you doing here?" I said, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
did.
saw some other people.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that day I seen so many people from the IE at the Tina Turner musical outside? I was like, wow, what a place to meet. I even ran into a guy I worked with at the Penny Saver since was it 2014. I haven't seen him, and we ran into each other, which was great, unbelievable. But
Wow.
yeah, that was great seeing
It
all those
was.
different people.
I was posting. I'm still posting that video. Those
Huh?
last two. I'm still posting the Tina
Oh
Turner.
yeah,
I think she may still be. I don't know if if it's in Southern California or not. Still, I don't know, but it was worth it. I tell anybody, if you didn't get a chance to see Tina, the musical, if you ever get a chance to see it, it's worth every penny.
hey,
Nickel,
it's playing in
dime.
Orange County. You can go down there. They still got it going, I believe.
Is it? I didn't know if it was there. I know it was going to San Diego, but I didn't know if it was still in Orange County or not.
Yeah, the next day was going to Orange County, I believe. Hey, by
Okay.
the way, when you're speaking of other events,
Uh-huh.
we have some things that if people are interested in signing up, speaking of musicals, one, they advertise and we're going to put a bus trip together for MJ the musical. Michael Jackson the musical is coming
Right.
up at the Pantages. Also will be The Wiz. The
Right.
first part of the year, we'll be getting a bus trip together for that also. So if you're interested, look me up and get your bus tickets.
Good for you. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. And this is oh, this Miss Dottie says, "Hey y'all,
Miss
hi."
Dottie is a line dancer. She's a teacher and instructor for many, many years.
Yes, and
She
I
will
have.
be there in the house.
This is the first time I know you've been on the show. How are you, Dotsie? This Miss Dottie. It is so. It we used to work together. We talked together for years.
Really?
We did.
Very
Uh-huh.
good. Very
I
good.
just you know, when anytime I can connect or reconnect with people, it just touches my heart. And I know
Yeah.
she's been line dancing and been an instructor for a long time.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And what
And
did
then
Doll say? My
this
recorded Tina. Oh,
he says
Doll.
he did the whole thing because they told us you're not supposed to do that, you know. Because they were
Sell
saying
those videos. I don't
I
know.
know. All I got was the last two numbers, which was good. I'm not complaining. And those last two were so high energy. So
Yeah.
they said you could record those anyway. So those are two I recorded.
Yeah.
But I
And Miss
understand.
and Miss and Miss Dottie coming on. She said wonderful. Miss Dottie
Mhm.
coming on. She is a great, great soul line dance instructor. So she will be there. If you guys want to come out, check her out. She has classes too.
She
So
does.
yeah, hit me up to get her information so you can go to her classes.
Miss Dottie, I tell you, well, all these years I've never been to one of her classes. I always go to the classes near me. Um,
Uh-uh.
and I think your classes are in Rialto, I believe,
Right.
or in Fontana. I can't remember which one, but
Rialto. Rialto.
okay, that's probably why. And I tend to go
Yeah.
to the Riverside classes. They're right here at Boardwalk Park, only like a couple of blocks away. So I go there. But it's still, I know, it sounds like it's going to be such a good event. It does. It really does.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Oh,
And guess what? We got a special guest coming. You wouldn't believe who's coming.
who?
Prince himself.
Prince is coming.
Yes. I'm not saying who's portraying Prince, but he'll be there.
Okay. All
We
right.
gotta get him up out the grave. He coming.
Oh,
Jeez.
you said when you said that, like, okay.
Yeah.
You have here, Doll said yes years ago. I don't know what the yes years ago was for, Doll, but I want to make sure I got your comment in. And then we also have Deidre says, thank you for the helpful information on upcoming events. I appreciate you both. Hi, Deidre.
Thanks, Deidre.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hit me
And
up.
please support. This is a Black-owned business, ladies.
Yeah.
This is what I think. This is my way of thinking. I'm looking at it. If we don't support each other, why do we expect someone else to?
Yeah.
Why?
I got that women's business out there. Being about my sister's business, there's other entrepreneurs helping other entrepreneurs. We help each other out.
Now,
Yeah. So
did
come
you
on with
start
it,
that one,
ladies.
Kathy?
Huh?
Did you start that Facebook page?
Yeah, it's been up there. You can go there and invite other women into that page.
Okay, because
Yeah, being about my sister's business. It's
I
been there
think
for
I
a minute.
joined. Did you know? Did I join already? I think I
I'm sure
did.
you probably did.
Uh-huh. I thought I did. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm looking at different events, and I think it's just this year, as I mentioned to you earlier, has been all about Oliver. We've been celebrating his birthday the entire year. That is, we have
That's
the
the way to
whole.
go.
I said, and I love it. I can't complain, but I'm just saying it's been more traveling than anything. And then and Dawn says, my father was a recording engineer back in the day. Oh, he was. Okay. Oh, so he knew how to record that show. That's
Oh,
good. Because I know when I was watching it thinking, boy, if I could record this is something. To see all that dancing and all, because you remember there was two shows that day. All I kept thinking was, there's two different Tinas. There's
yeah.
no way you can get back up on that stage and do all that again.
Yep. There were two Tinas
Oh
in the
yeah,
whole show. I think it was two Tinas.
it had to
That's a
be.
lot of activity going on.
It is, but it was well worth it. It was
Yes,
well
it was nice.
for sure. But you said you have coming up. You have a MJ the musical,
Yeah.
and what was the other one you mentioned?
The Wiz with
Oh,
what's the young man that plays the host of what's the show? The Price, not The Price is Right. Let's Make a Deal.
Wayne Brady.
Wayne Brady is playing in The Wiz. You know,
Got
he
it.
sings and dances and all that anyway. So yeah, that
Good.
could be a great show also.
And that's both of these are at the Pantages, right?
Yes,
Okay. But we
coming
can
up.
contact you to get the bus ride, and the bus include. What does your ticket include?
It would include your ticket to the event and your bus ride. We do little games on there and all that, but we'll probably stop and get something to eat, some lunch before we go. We usually go on a Saturday matinee,
Okay.
make the bus stop, get some lunch, and then go to the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bus that we were on, we went after the show.
Oh
So
yeah.
we went
Yeah.
after the show to go to get something because I think they felt like it was too close to the time of the show or something like that. But
Right.
I
Yeah.
love going like that. It makes so much sense to go in those
Yeah.
because just parking and getting in and out and driving and it
Yeah.
takes
And you
a lot.
get to network with other women. So we had 52 on our bus.
That's
Most of
good.
them were women. Yeah. I gave
That's
away some earrings and some good old door prizes. We played bingo, and a couple people won some money. And for $1 bingo, I think they took home like $30 for
that's
$1 bingo.
uh
And yeah, we had a good time.
that is good. I know. Like I said, me and you saw each other. It's almost like we screamed. I think because we hadn't seen each other in a while either.
Yeah,
It was too. Yeah. So it was good to see you. And,
yeah, you too.
I think the place was sold out the day we went.
Exactly, it was sold out. It was the last day. It was sold out.
Wow.
They were
I just
moving
it
to
was.
Orange County.
I'm looking around. I said, "Is there an empty seat in here?" It was,
Yeah.
but it was worth. It was definitely worth it. So we got the shows coming up. You remember I said every month. I was right. I was right. You have something going on every single month.
Well, sometimes people call me and say, "Hey, I want to do this. Can you help me? I want to do that." I sometimes I think of the 411 because I got people. Can you give me this phone number? Do you know where I get this at? Can I get this? So yeah, sometimes it seems like it's like every month there's something, and then some things are not my event. I'm just helping or hosting for someone else.
Right.
Like
Right.
like that cruise is not for me. It's for a church, and they're doing a fundraiser. And then the Catalina trip is not for me. Someone asked me to do it for them. They want to take a Catalina trip when it gets a little cooler, like in September. So yeah, I'll book it for them, and yeah, let's go. Let's do some things.
Well, you're definitely doing them without a doubt.
Yeah.
You said if there's enough people that would like to go to Ghana, would that be that's not is that a 7-day trip you're talking about or 10-day?
It'll probably be a 10-day because the whole day, maybe a day and a half, you may be traveling. They got a 12-hour flight once you get to Washington, D.C. That's the way I went. And then the sightseeing things over there. You can see where the slaves were. You can see where the The ships came in.
Yep.
Go out to the beach area there. The cave. I went to a cave. Uh, it's just a lot of stuff over there.
It is.
Unbelievable. But they got a nice mall like we do, and the only thing you would know is the people look just like us until they open their mouth, they speak, and you go, "Oh, okay, so they're from this country." But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great place to go. The mother country, it makes you feel that. The mother country, it's an unbelievable feeling to be
It
like, this
is.
is where our ancestors came from. So yeah, take that trip to Ghana. I'll see if we can make it happen. I have
Well,
several people,
uh-huh.
including Doll's ex-husband's from over there. She's been over there. When I went, my girlfriend Sylvia was already there. So I met her over there. So yeah, we have some connections. We can get together and do that.
Okay, I know I went years ago and I went to Accra, to Kumasi. Um, Ghana is fabulous. It is
Yeah,
just, I would tell anybody. I remember we got off the plane and this man, I don't even know who he was, but this is when the planes, we didn't go through this is when you came off and you were on the ground, you came out and he was kissing the ground and
wow.
when we went in the slave castle, people started fainting in there. It was people that literally fell out because the floor is made of human excrement. That's what the floor is.
Yeah,
And um, people they had to carry people out of there because there's no, when they said it was over 1,000 people in this one space, I mean, literally people just
yeah,
fell out because they knew someone endured this or they wouldn't be here.
yeah,
And it's something to see. I tell anybody, if you ever get an opportunity to go to Africa, whether it be West Africa, that's where Ghana is located,
yeah,
East Africa, where Kenya, I don't care what part, go. I would say that South
yeah.
Africa, I would highly recommend you go.
And you know,
It's
some of the exciting things I do remember about that is one was the birds, the actual birds, the huge, what we call over here, the crows. They had the little white bib under here, like tuxedos.
uh,
And then I remember um, a gang of people, they would dance in the middle of the street, and they all would run down to the other part of the street. They stop there and they dance. I love watching that. And then on a Sunday morning, when the women came out of their homes and they were walking to the different churches, as you drove through those streets, you could hear the church. They were just praising the Lord, this church, that church. It was just unbelievable, you know? So
oh,
yeah, that's
it's a,
a reason to go over there, just check out the everyday lifestyle.
it's a different world.
Yeah,
That's all it really is. This is how long ago I went for someone that knows about the history of West Africa, because we were supposed to go into Nigeria, but there was a coup, and a coup means that the government had been overthrown. And so
uh,
they told us, you can get in, but we can't promise you're going to get out. And
whoa,
I was only 20 at the time we went. And all I kept thinking was, I get stuck over here and I can't get back.
no,
I flew out of New York. So went out of LA to New York and then flew into West Africa. And
yeah,
I take that back. We had to stay in New York to go. They were training us on what to do and what not to do for 2 weeks. We actually were we're with the United Nations, and it was unbelievable.
a
I
lot
was
going on.
uh,
Yeah,
going on a lot of different places. So, but it was so worth it. I would tell you, if you
yeah,
get
it was so worth it. You know, on that particular trip, I mean, all the time I've ever flew, I really had never really flew first cat class, but that particular day, the guy
uh,
said, "Welcome to first class." I was like, "What?" Yeah, they said, "Well, you know, that's a big old jump there. They gave you first class on a 12-hour flight." So yeah, that was a great time.
so you didn't buy a first class ticket?
Nope. I
Wow.
had no idea. I seen the people waiting in line, and they called my name, and I gave them my stuff, and they checked it out, and they said, "Welcome to first class." They said, "Well, that's probably a $3,000 to $5,000 upgrade you got." I was like, "Wow,
It,
yeah." The seats
at
laid
least.
back, and you, I didn't even know airlines did food like that. I mean, the food, the dinner, the breakfast. I'm like, what? Bring yourself to
First
wipe
class.
your face, brush your teeth, your bed, your seatlets back into like a bed, and you have your own little movie theater. You don't gotta watch what everybody else watches. You watch what you want to watch when you want to watch it, and then they want to give you champagne and drinks, whatever you want.
what I like is those warm towels they bring you to wipe your
Yeah.
hands. Oh my goodness. It just to me, that alone is worth going to first.
Yeah. Very
I-
nice. Very nice.
Oh, it is. It is. I went from LA to first class years ago. I remember thinking, this is the only way to travel.
Yeah.
But it's still
Sure.
it's another lifestyle. It's another lifestyle. We have a
Yeah.
comment from Richard. And this Richard Nichols. Hi, Richard says, Happy Monday, Mary and Kathy. Hi,
Thank
Richard.
you. Hello.
And then he said he says, I'm going to MJ on January 13th to the matinee.
What? You already got a ticket? Ain't you something? See, I got to get on it. They're already doing the darn thing.
Yeah. And
Hey,
then,
and if that MJ show is anything like what we seen in Vegas, man, I'm telling you, I wouldn't mind seeing it 2 or 3 times over. That was phenomenal. Everybody,
oh,
the ushers and everything, they were putting bringing you in with your tickets. They were all dressed up like little Michael Jacksons. It was nice. It was so beautiful. Yeah, that was a great show.
well,
And
I
I got to hop on, and now you're telling me tickets are on sale already.
yes, and to get groups because that's what I went with another group. The day you saw me, I was with another group. So groups, there must be already open.
Yeah, yeah,
The group
yeah. They
sales.
are. I remember I got the call, but I just haven't put it together yet. But I will be putting together uh, two, one for the Wiz and one for Michael J.
Okay.
Ooh,
I
sorry
know.
about that.
Normally I go with another group, but let me know. I don't want to say yes or no. I have no idea. I right
Yeah,
now.
we don't know the date yet. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
but you said it's normally a Saturday matinee.
Yeah, I try to do a Saturday matinee, so that way we have time to have lunch before the event and get back home at a reasonable time.
That's good. I like that. I
Yeah,
really do. So I think that's an excellent idea. I saw we did a little blurt there where it just popped in and out. Um, I don't know why, but my apologies, audience, because this is what I've learned about technology. It is not perfect.
hmm
That's one of those things that just happens. But if you, ladies and gentlemen, this lady has been, as far as I know, I think it's been close to 20 years you've been in business. It's been that long, Kathleen?
Ooh. Yeah,
It's
I
been
won't tell my age, but yeah, it's probably been that longer. Yes.
I used to not tell my age. Now I do. I think now I'm coming to
What's
I'm
that?
just thankful to be here. That kind of thing. But I know what you mean though. But it is what it's been, I mean, over 20 years providing groups, providing now I don't know if you've been doing travel for 20 years, but I know you've been doing getting togethers, having women entrepreneurs, all of those things. That's been going on for a long time. What do you have planned in the future other than we're all the way to January now with MJ?
I may change over and do something different. I've been looking at a few things. I may I may be getting my own little building or something, to
Wow.
do events there. Small. I don't want nothing big. Just small events. I can have my own events there. People come out and support that. That's just
Oh,
something I'm looking into. I don't know if it's going to happen or will it happen. But with the Lord by my side, we never know.
no, we
He can
don't.
do all things. So yeah,
I'm listening to you and knowing that the things I'm working on now, I just go, God has to make it happen.
yeah,
And, but I've been saying this from day one that everything I write, everything I do is God inspired.
yeah.
It is definitely God
And
inspired.
you inspired too because you you keep telling about these books, and I was like, man, look how many books she's wrote now. You just been doing the darn thing. I'm so proud of you and you being my friend, and we've been together as friends for such a long time.
I
I
know.
do. You asked me a couple weeks ago. You said, "Hey, did you write that book yet?" And I'm like, "No, it's still there. I'm trying to get to it."
You know what it is? I had to learn. And I'm still learning, by the way. For me, it's taken me forever to realize this. I have to focus. That's how these things get done. I make it the focus. That's how when I showed at the beginning, Bradley can't find his pants. I've been working on Bradley for a while now, but I just at the bottom you see my emails. I keep talking about it, so that keeps me focused. That you know what, you've let your audience know that this is coming, so you need to get the book up on Amazon. And it will
Yeah.
be. It'll be up. In fact, it'll be up in Spanish and English. And I'm going to do an audio version.
Wow.
It's going to be an e-verse. All the books are going to be turned into audio books. All of it's so much stuff coming. I don't
Well,
really talk about it, as my son say, be about it. So yeah. But your book, I've been talking to you because we mentioned this how many years ago now, though?
ooh, it's been some time. It's been some time.
But you're
I
gonna
got
get it.
something together, but I got to really put it together. I grab some of this and grab some of that.
I know it wasn't it a book about how to do events? Was that what it was?
What was that?
About events, event planning?
Yeah, it'd be about event planning, how to start a high school class reunion. When you get out of high school, what do you do? What do you do first? How do you get it together? So I'm going with that one because that's what I did years ago, and the people that were in business are not there anymore. So, it's for anybody all over the state. So how do you get together a class reunion? People that moved away from the area, how you connect with them.
I think that's a really good book.
Yeah.
To, I really do because well, as you say, we don't want to date ourselves. I'm gonna date myself right now. Our 50th, no, I am. Our 50th high school reunion is this year. So
Ooh,
I
I
know
have one too in October.
ours is October too.
Okay now.
This is our so it's been you graduated in 73 too. 1973.
Wow. Okay.
I
Well, you're a
know.
little earlier than me. I ain't saying. Woo.
Well, thank you, Kathy. Yes, but that's the year I graduated, and I just look back. It seems like the years flew by. They just flew by. That's how I can't believe it's been 50 years already. It's been that quick. The committee is already working on all kinds of stuff. It's just amazing, which is good. So we're having it in I don't know where. I just know it's in October. That's all I know.
Yeah.
So whenever they have it, we'll be there. That's for sure. But I know we're nearing the end of the show, and I don't want to not. I just want to make sure I say to you, which, as you know, thank you so much for being here, Kathy. I really am so proud of you and all of your events, your event planning. You always have. Every time I see you or talk to you, I don't think I've talked to you one time that you didn't have an event coming up.
Yeah.
Not
Keeps me busy. Keeps me busy. My dad said, "Girl, you'll never let no grass grow under them feet." I was, yeah, I guess so. So Dad. So
but you know what it is? You love it.
yeah,
You do.
yeah. It's I've heard people say too. You do it and you love it. It's not a job that way.
Right.
So, but you don't want to get paid for it like a hobby either. But
Oh, no.
sometimes it just falls that way. You just keep on keeping on.
That's all you can do. Well, you keep on keeping on because this is it's who you are. I think
Yeah.
from the day we met, when I met you, was it Hayes Events or what was it that you were from the
Ooh,
time?
I don't know. It could have been hazy events back then.
I
Or
don't,
yeah, because reunions are us. I wasn't out here with that. When I used to do high school class reunions, I was in Ontario area.
okay.
So yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, I just
Yeah, I
remember.
used to do high school class reunions.
Uh-huh. That's why. But you were busy. Think about this. So this is who you are because even then, every time we would see each other, you have another event going. That's who you are.
Yeah.
So no, and I think, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. This is as you said, when you do what you love, it is
Yeah.
not. It really isn't.
Yeah.
When I write these books, I can't even begin to tell you how excited I get about each
Yeah.
of them. I do. So it's telling me that God. It took me a while to find that sweet spot for me, but I thank God that I did. That I found. I took time to find it.
Yeah.
Uh, I didn't used to know what it was. I was searching for a long time. I don't know if I shared that with you,
And you
but
did such a great job with those books. I can't believe it. I'm saying, look at it on Amazon. Mary is a #1 seller of children's books. I was like, whoa, listen to her now. She's doing the darn thing.
I
Jeez.
know. Too.
How many books you have now?
Ooh, I don't know. I
What?
honestly, no, I don't know. I don't know because remember, I have the books for adults. The saying no nicely. That's for adults. And believe it or not, I'm gonna hold this up real quick. This is still my number one book. Number one of all the books, all the books that I this one. Keep that. This is still the number one book of all the books I have on Amazon. People love this book.
Which one is it? What does it say?
Saying no nicely.
Say no nicely. Yeah. Yeah, because
This
people are afraid to say no, period. But to say no nicely is another thing.
it is. And I cannot tell you the 5 stars I received from that book because this book is based on me. I didn't know how to say no. And
Yeah.
when I learned how to say no, I felt like, oh, it was like the world went, ah.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that should be a women's breakfast. You need to talk to us, tell us how do we say no nicely.
Well,
Because
let me
sometimes we
know.
get together and we go all over each other, our sisters. So yeah, we need to.
We struggle. We
Yeah.
will say yes and beat ourselves up before we say no.
Yeah.
I know I was one of those people. And
Yeah.
then I'll tell you this quick story. I think I've shared this with the audience before. And that was years ago. I said, this is how bad it was for me. I said yes to 4 events on the same night at the same time.
Yeah.
Think about that. And then I came home, took a shower, and went and got into bed. I didn't go to any of it. I didn't go to not one thing.
Yeah.
I said, I knew then I had a problem. That's how
Yeah.
I knew. I said, oh, you have a problem because there is no way you can be at 4 different events at the same time on the same night.
Right. You can't do it.
So I just took a shower and went to bed.
So
And
you didn't say no either. You just kind of like put it to the side.
it really taught me, it made me look at myself. It really did because I said, okay, there's something going on here. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
So out of that, a friend of mine actually said to me one day, she said, Mary, do you know how to say no?
Mm.
And I said, I do. She said, but you never say it. And then the day I learned how to say it, it was such a epiphany for me. And obviously other people, like I said, out of all the books I write, that's still my number one. Number one. And it was number one on Amazon. And I say that because
Yeah.
you should see me sometimes. I just stare at it going, I can't believe that you wrote these books because I didn't even know I could write for a long time. But it's not, I tell anybody, it's nothing but God. It's nothing but God. I would tell everyone has to find that thing, whatever that thing is for yourself. And my fear is, I think I shared it with you, Kathy. I was afraid. I retired because I said, Lord, I don't want to leave this earth and find out there was something else I should have been doing, but I didn't take the time to find out.
Yeah.
And that's how I ended up retiring.
Yeah.
But
finding out what your purpose was.
I had to find out. And even though at that time I had someone trying to tell me, you don't know what you're doing. Or you should wait about 5 years and then you can retire.
5 years?
I said, if you can promise me I'll be alive for the next 5 years, I'll wait.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Since I knew they couldn't, I said, you know what I'm going to do? Because we're down to 1 minute, I think. For me, I'm going to speak for me. When I feel it's an unctioning from God. I can't even explain it. Like I said, when I retired, I did not know I could write. In fact, I did not write for 4 years after I retired. So it wasn't like I retired and then wrote. It wasn't like that.
Yeah.
But when I found out I could write, it was like, wow, God, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was looking for, but you knew I couldn't find it if I had stayed where I was.
Yeah.
I tried. I'm one of these people, I give everything to whatever I'm doing. So, but we're down to 1 minute, and I don't want the system to lock us out because it will. So, Kathy, thank you for coming on the show today. And please come back again. I know that your adventures, whenever Oliver and I can, we try to support and be there and be a part of it. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So ladies and gentlemen, we are down to less than 1 minute and we're going to go in and end the show today. We will see you next Monday, same time, as they say, same time, same bat channel. But we will we'll just see you on Monday. God bless each and every one of you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. See you later, alligators.
And Nanette, hi, and Richard, hi.